No, I'm just chill with it. I'm glad he's dead, though. He was looking like a weird gnome these last few years.
He was looking like a ghoul. Alright, hello one and all, and welcome to the Bog Frog Book Podcast. I didn't do pod this time, I'm simply too good.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You're the one who's always giving me shit for being bad at intros, and here you are fucking it up.
I'm doing good. What are you talking about?
Doing bad.
Today I am only joined by James, a man who stared for a very, very, very long time at a log, hoping he didn't fuck up his little goddamn machine. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Sometimes you just gotta stare at things, you know? You ever do that? You never just, stare?
My therapist said it's called dissociating.
I like to think of it as thinking really hard.
Yeah?
See, this is the difference between me and my lovely partner.
Not me.
They saw this scene where the guy, breaks down in front of the log, and they were like, what the fuck are they doing? I'm like, what do you mean? The log is in the way. They spent all this time. They're going through the jungle. Don't you understand the plight of man?
That's... Okay, I do find it insane that your partner saw that and was like, why the fuck is he upset? That's crazy.
To be fair, I don't think they were paying a lot of attention during this movie.
Okay, that's fair.
They were a lot of time on their phone. Love them dearly, but I was like, get off your damn phone.
Log is fucking post-bridge. That's...
Yeah, you should be locked in post-bridge. Come on.
Locked in post-bridge. If you're not, I'm like, what are you
See,
doing?
the bridge wasn't affecting them like it affected me.
It was affecting you, though?
Oh, I was freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, it's
I was running my hands through my hair sort of deal. Because, okay, so I understand that my lovely partner was texting you about my reaction to the dynamite.
Yeah!
It's this...
Yeah, they were.
Because I was saying, you gotta be careful. You gotta give it space. You don't fuck with old dynamite. I know this in my bones. I don't fuck with it.
I've seen a cartoon.
Yeah, not even that. I didn't see a cartoon. I had a 4th grade teacher. I'm gonna say his real name. Mr. Sweeney, my 4th grade teacher, bald as the day he was born. This guy had an outsized influence on my psyche. He once told us about either something he did as a kid or something he'd read about as a kid, but basically he was like, don't go, if you're gonna go in an old mine or a cave, because this is the thing, I think about Mr. Sweeney all the time, because he lived, as far as I can tell, a Tom Sawyer-like life as a child. I don't understand, the things he would say, I was like, how did you get there? But he was talking about, you don't go to cave, and if you do go to cave and you find dynamite, don't play with it. Don't play with dynamite. Even if it looks like it's okay, it can explode still, and it doesn't need fire. It can just do it. And I took that to heart.
I was about to ask, are you going in any old fucking caves? And you answered my question of a man who did go in a lot of fucking caves. What a freak. I love that. Hell yeah.
He hunted. He taught the archery after school program. He rocked. I love Mr. Sweeney. We would play dodgeball as a treat, you know? And so he would split it boys versus girls, and he would be on the girls' side.
What a and he's fucking
a full-grown man. And he just whipped them son of bitches out of spirit.
Oh, I can see that so perfectly. Just knocking a kid on his ass with a ball in the face.
Dude rocked. It was awesome.
Oh, that rocks. Fuck yeah, Mr. Sweeney. What a fucking guy.
This is something that, if it happened to me, I would not think this is as funny as I do, but I do think it's funny. If he saw a kid fell asleep, he would take his yardstick and he'd sneak over to them, and he'd slam it as hard as he could, right next to them, just scaring the shit out of them.
What a guy.
Again, maybe you shouldn't do that to a child, a 4th grader. But also, I remember at the time being like, that's the funniest thing you can do.
Yeah.
It's the sneaking that he would do would kill me.
I think you've told that story before.
I think I have talked about that one, yeah.
I wouldn't do that personally, but fuck me, is that the best
it got
bit
me.
you could
I think about it fondly.
Yeah, it's great. What a teacher.
I can't deny my emotions.
Mr. Sweetie.
So yeah, what's Sorcerer about?
Oh wait, no, we need to take a sec. Before we get to Sorcerer, in that text conversation, your partner was telling me that you had a healthy fear of dynamite, and I told them, yeah, that makes sense. That's the same way I feel about quicksand. And they said, no, that's a thing you should be cautiously wary of. And I said, no, you're not in an area where there is actively quicksand. That is nonsense. There is real quicksand in places near where I live, and it haunts me. Because if I'm in the quicksand, James, I'm like 220 pounds. I am not getting out of the quicksand.
You'll get out of the quicksand. I think you got it. I think you're fine.
James, there's no snake for me to hold on to. This is not Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
I have not experienced quicksand, but I think you'd be fine. And I'm not saying that to put down your emotions. I think these are valid concerns.
Yes.
We are here for each other.
Yes.
But I also think you could do it. I think you could handle it. I think you got it. I believe
I think I could manage it. I think I could manage it. But again, this is not Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. There's no python.
I've never seen this. I've never seen this movie.
You had a good childhood then. That's good to know.
Yeah, I remember it coming out and seeing ads for it on, I think, the Disney Channel or whatever, and being like, I'm good.
I saw it.
I like the original ones. I'm good. That's rough, buddy.
Yeah, I saw it with my grandma.
Were you a big Indiana Jones kid?
Yeah, huge.
Okay.
It was a huge Indiana Jones kids. Doesn't it?
All coming together.
I used to.
Yeah.
I loved Indiana Jones as a kid. I watched it on VHS. Great time.
Oh, hells yeah.
And we got the DVD collection. It was amazing.
Oh, that's what I had as a kid, with the really thin DVDs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The DVD cases that were terrible to hold. That's what I had as a kid.
Okay. We had the same one then.
You're
telling me that, I'm like, oh my god, I did have
had the white slipcase.
Yeah.
I think my father still has it.
We lost the slipcase immediately, but we had the DVDs around.
No, I think I would have been like beaten if I would lost it, you know?
My parents
didn't beat me. I have to be clear, my parents did not beat me. That was a joke, I want to be clear.
Man, that rocks. That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's
cool
right.
And normal.
Anyway, big fan of Indiana Jones and the fucking
Quicksand Bat.
The Ark one. That's the one I like.
Ark of the Covenant? The first one. The Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, I like the second one a lot as a kid, and then as an adult, I'm like,
no, I rewatched it a year or two ago. It's fucking miserable. Like, racism aside, it's a bad movie. Like,
racism aside, it just doesn't flow well to any extent.
No, it's such a... Outside of that, like, final chase scene, it's such a fucking slog.
How's Crusade?
I haven't watched it since I was a kid, but everyone that I know who likes those movies says it's like a masterpiece. So, like, I have to assume it's still good.
Have you seen Dial of Destiny yet?
No, I'm good.
Me too.
I'm so good. I remember even, like, because I watched Adam Savage's... We're completely off the rails. We'll talk about Sorcerer eventually. Yeah. I watched Adam Savage's YouTube channel.
Yes.
And, like, he's, like, a huge LucasArts guy. Like, he worked at ILM because he loved LucasArts and everything.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Huge nerd on it. And even that he couldn't seem to get the proper enthusiasm up for this fucking movie. Like, I remember him talking about there was a prop that had come out for it, like, as a toy, but he was like, oh, I could retrofit this as a prop or whatever. You know, he's showing it off, and, like, he's just getting more and more disappointed with it through the video.
That's kind of devastating.
I love Adam Savage's last videos from, like, the last, I guess, 5 years at this point are so good, where he's just, like, it's just him and the camera. Like, he doesn't have the camera crew with him.
Yeah.
They're really good. They're, like, vlog-style videos. He's really good at it. That's the shit. That's good.
I need to watch his Velociraptor cosplay videos.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen those.
They seem gas. I love a Velociraptor.
You know what I love? I love a story of 4 expatriates
so
having to travel through South American jungles transporting dynamite. Scary dynamite.
What if you chose to shoot a Nazi so that you could ride on a cool truck?
Who amongst us?
Who amongst us wouldn't decide to do such things?
So now that we know what to do, tell me about our 4 men. Give me their backstories, Red.
Okay, so Sorcerer is in fact the story of 4 men, as James is alluding to, which is very exciting. Do you like men? I love men very much. We are given their backgrounds. What?
You just came in so hot. I was taken aback.
Welcome!
Fucking Jim Carrey on it. Like,
welcome to the episode. Vignette number one, our little
15
fucking
minutes
adventure.
in.
We fucking, oh fucking god.
This episode's gonna be so much longer than the rest of the mini-sodes.
Guy number one, Mexico. Oh shit, shoots a guy in the face, walks away. Oh no. Next one, we're in Jerusalem. Oh my god. We have a group of Palestinians who blow up a lot of people.
I hope that's not relevant in the 40 to 50 years after this movie was made.
I hope that's not relevant 40
I
to
hope
50
there's no
years
tension
later.
between these people.
Man, I wonder if this is saying something about society and how maybe it hasn't changed at all.
Maybe.
I love Kasim. I like him a lot.
He's my favorite. He's my favorite by a lot. Yeah.
I do love Jaws, man. Like I love whenever he's in a movie.
I didn't know he was in Jaws.
Isn't he the main guy?
I have not seen Jaws since I was a child. Like, to be clear, like
we should watch Jaws. I think it would
he
be a
is
good
not.
time.
Kasim is not in Jaws.
No, not Kasim. The fucking the fucking gang guy.
Roy Scheider, who, yes, he is in Jaws. He's Brody in Jaws. He's also in The French Connection. When he first shows up, oh my god, he's in Mishima? That's crazy. Oh, he's the narrator. Yeah, he's in Mishima, Life in 4 Chapters.
Brutal, alright.
When he first showed up, I tried, like, poked my partner because they weren't paying attention. I was like, oh my god, look at that dude's bridge. Look at that guy's nose. Like, that's crazy.
It's got a good nose.
He looks like a cartoon character. It's great.
Everyone's got, like, a face in this in the best way possible.
I knew these people, and I don't usually know characters.
Yeah, it was awesome. But they do a attack on a building. I forget the kind. It
wasn't clear to me.
Yeah. I did not pick up on it.
I assumed a temple, but that was just a pure assumption.
You'd imagine. The only way to escape is Kasim. Next, we have the one that I was, like, most locked in for origin-wise. Fucking French dude who's just having a bad time. There's nothing like fraud leading your partner to shoot themselves in a car, and you go look at it, and me having to look at it and being like, oh no! And then you look back at your girlfriend in a building and then sprint down the road, and it's like, oh no!
What my thought was? With the car suicide?
What?
I was like, why'd you have to do it in the car? It's going to take so much money. Like, that's such a nice car. Like, you didn't have to do it next to the car. But, like, that back window, I mean, come on.
Yeah. Oh, it's such a brutal fucking scene.
It's good.
I like Victor. I think he's got a bad fucking vibe the entire time.
He's got weird energy. I do love him and Kasim just, like, hating each other so much.
It's good. It's so good.
And at the end, they're chumming it up, and then
their car fucking explodes. Or it's shot off the road.
Yeah. It's not shot. It explodes.
Okay, it does explode.
Yeah, because it hits a rock that blows up the tire, and then the car lurches, setting off the dynamite, and then like it does fall off into like the ravine next to them.
Look at you, having just watched the film.
Is my job, as is my responsibility.
Yes, I mean, usually for like even last year, I just didn't rewatch the films for mine.
I'm shaking my damn head.
You should be. I should have rewatched it, but like it's in my head very well. It's a film I'm very, very high on, fond of. I reviewed it. I reviewed it before the episode. I'm not going cold. I wouldn't do such things. We got our final guy. From the worst place on earth, New Jersey. Man,
gotta love him.
What if trying to rob a church went really wrong? Then you would be our good friend, Guy from Jaws.
I love that church also sucks. Like, they're running some shady shit under there. Like, I don't know what's going on, but they're not good. Like, they also suck.
100%. They're bad. They're bad guys.
When they're like getaway car wrecks, I leaned over to Hope and I'm like, that's why you wear seatbelts.
You suck. You suck. Whatever. That's such horseshit.
That's what seatbelts are for.
That's what seatbelts are for, man. And I believe he is the first one where it's like properly mentioned, this is a place you have to go. Because from here on out, it's essentially following him as the core focal point of the film.
Yeah, it's this where he meets his buddy afterwards, and his buddy's like, dude, they're gonna fucking kill you. You have to leave.
You gotta get out of here.
You have to flee the country. It's like, where am I going? He's like, I can't tell you. I don't know. I do not know, and you don't want me to know.
And maybe it catches up with him even later.
I was so upset.
I hate it. I still think about that sometimes.
And again, my lonely partner was not. So I just went, no! They're like, what? The movie's over. I'm like, no, no!
It sucks. It blows. Because it was supposed to have gone well. It was supposed to have gone well.
He was out of the... He was going to go to the Capitol. Like,
oh, I hate it. It makes me so upset. That ending's so good, man.
It's good. It's good.
He's fucking dancing in the goddamn... Maybe art is real.
Maybe art is real.
And we're gonna get to a part later on in the movie that I want to speak upon. And it's purely on shot composition.
Okay, yeah. I'd love to hear it.
But first, there's this whole section, this whole spot we gotta talk about. This whole bit, which is when the gangs get together, the gang is assembling. It's like a heist movie, but if everyone was
is like a heist movie. That's what I was thinking. Like, it's like a bizarro heist movie.
SnowRunner heist.
Yeah.
It's a heist movie if everyone was a fucking loser.
If everyone was so desperate and unhappy.
Yeah. Just for any way out. They're all doing so bad in what fucking country are they in? It must say.
I don't remember.
I am referencing our lovely audience. I am referencing the hit website Wikipedia for my information, so that I don't fuck up with the facts of it. And it does say here, South America. So
yeah,
Porvenir.
Chile. They're in Chile.
Oh wait, where the fuck does it say Chile?
It doesn't say. I had to search the town name that it gives me. They end up in Porvenir, a remote village somewhere in South America, and there's a town called Porvenir in Chile. I don't know if this is actually this or if it's just supposed to be a generic, like, town in South America. I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
Who knows? Nobody knows.
No. I do love that first scene of... I gotta know his just fucking name, so I just stopped calling him Guy from Jaws. It's probably not ideal.
Roy Schreider or Juan Dominguez or Jackie Scanlon.
Jackie. When Jackie's just like washing his face and looks so bad.
Yeah, he's doing rough.
The French guy looks the worst.
I don't know. The other guy seems to be doing the first guy that you see, the older one. He seems to be doing the worst to me. Like, I don't know. Nilo, that's his name. I don't know. Nilo's doing bad.
Is Milo the guy who shot the dude in Mexico?
Yeah.
I don't think he's doing good, but dude, Jackie looks like he's doing bad. But dude, fucking just French guy looks like he's doing the worst, Victor.
He misses his wife so bad.
He misses his wife! He's so upset, which I think is the funniest shit. Because this is all his fault.
That's the thing. It's like they never go into they never exactly say what his crime is outside of just like fraud, but like he did it. Like, we know he did do the fraud. I find it difficult to amass a ton of empathy for being in the circumstances for a hitman, and a man who's really into fraud. But I do have sympathy for Kasim, who is just a freedom fighter. I mean, truly, right? Like,
yeah, doing what he loves.
I don't know if he loves doing it.
Doing what he loves.
I don't know if I'll put that on Kasim.
Probably not. The things with the law happen. Things aren't going great. What? But
Nothing. You just stopped, and then you didn't. You were like, things aren't going good with the law, and you stopped as if you like were having a moment.
just thinking about it. I mean, there's that fucking shitty spot when they're in the police office and no one looks like they're happy.
Dude, you haven't seen Lawrence of Arabia yet, right?
No.
That part was making me think of it. There's a bit in Lawrence of Arabia that's just so upsetting. Just like an absolute bummer. It's making me think about that. I haven't mentioned this to, I don't think you or Seth. I've been thinking, lately I'm just like, when I'm bored, I'm like, I just need to put something on. I'm like, should I just put on Lawrence of Arabia? Like, as
What
a
the
comfort
fuck?
movie? Like, what am I, and then I have that reaction, like, what am I doing?
You're
Why
a
would
bad guy.
Why would I put on, I only put on 4 hours of a man ruining the Middle East.
Really channeling your inner fucking white man with that.
My inner colonialism. Colonist. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. It keeps happening to me, though.
I put on Blade Runner 2049 a bunch this year, just to, like, zone out to.
I don't do that 2049, but I do that with normal Blade Runner. I put that on.
Yeah.
So what are they doing? They're in Mexico. They're not in Mexico. They're in South
James,
America.
they're not in Mexico. They're in fact in Chile.
They're much further south, yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's on me.
That's on you.
There also might not be Chile. Again, I don't know if that's supposed to be the same time.
Cancelled.
I think Chile doesn't have those types of forests.
It's not even in South America, dude. I mean,
Like,
yeah, my
where was
first
it
thought was that
filmed?
Chile is a very dry place, but also
Yeah,
that
exactly.
could be
They're also, it's like the southern tip of Chile. It's like, I don't think it's right. I don't think that's right.
that could be a gross misgeneralization, though, because I feel like
I don't know.
It's
I
a
mean, Chile.
whole-
The thing is, Chile is long.
yeah, I was gonna say a big country,
Yeah.
big country. If we have any Chilean listeners, let us know.
We have a Chilean friend.
Do we?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. I'll talk about it later.
Okay. Huh. Good to know.
I don't know if they want to be talked about on the podcast.
No, that's fair. I was just like, what? But they're wherever they are, and they're like, hey, we need someone to transport a material that will probably kill you. What if you guys? What if you?
It's
some
not
people
just
did
okay.
it?
But why do they need to transport? This is the thing that I feel like is worth mentioning: is why do they need to transport that dynamite?
I mean,
do you not remember?
I mean, didn't it get wet?
No. So I mean, yes, it got wet. That's why it needs to be What happened is this is I saw the movie. You did not watch the movie. You're just reading Wikipedia summaries. Shame on you.
I haven't seen it recently.
So this town that these 4 guys have ended up in is like ran basically by an American oil company.
Yes.
And their drill site that everyone works at basically explodes, and it's like a flame geyser because it's just burning all of the oil constantly.
Yes.
And so they're getting the dynamite to put out the fire, basically, like just.
Oh, that's what it was for?
Yes, that's what it's for.
Okay, I may have not even picked that up during the movie.
So they're like, okay, we have a stash of dynamite nearby. We'll like the 2 guys who run the operation are like, we'll just go get it. But they find it and it's wet. Like it started leaking out the nitroglycerin, so it's too unstable for them to put on a helicopter. So they're like, well, we could put it on a truck, but we need somebody who's skilled enough with trucks to be able to do that. Like, we didn't get enough drivers. So they go back to the village and they say, hey, we'll pay however much you want, basically. We'll pay a lot. We just need 4 experienced truck drivers. Then all 4 of our guys step up for it.
Well, a Nazi guy steps up first.
Yeah.
And then right before they head out is like shot.
Hey, who amongst us?
So they agree. The gang agrees to fucking roll out in these fucking trucks. But, we need to have a sequence.
I love a sequence.
I fucking love a sequence.
I love this sequence so much when they're like putting the trucks together. I'm like clapping. I'm just like, yeah!
Yes, man, put the truck together, please!
They're plugging in all the big old floodlights. I'm like, yeah!
It's so good. We start really getting into the meat and potatoes of this film, and I'm like overjoyed.
That's good. It's so good. I was like watching up until this point. I was enjoying it, but when that shit starts kicking off, I'm like, oh yeah, we're in it.
And the reward is fucking passports and some money and getting out of this fucking shit ass town.
8,000 pesos per.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
I remember.
Pretty solid deal.
What can I say?
Again, the gang's about to head out. Oh no! Someone fucking clipped the Nazi guy.
You hate to see it.
Hate to see it. Man, what a thing to happen.
What a tragedy. Pour one out.
I won't. Anyway, we we get a new guy who we saw in the fucking beginning, at the very beginning of the film, who shoots a man in a hotel, then walks out very abruptly. And now he's joined our epic, cool, chill-ass gang, who's gonna go deliver the dynamite.
And they all like each other is the thing about them.
They all like each other so much that they hate each other.
They're chill and they're friends, and sometimes they give each other little smooches on the cheek because they like each other so much.
So what was not told to me initially about this film was it is an erotic film.
Yeah, it's
secretly they are all brothers.
Everyone's talking about
the Toxic Yowie brothers.
Everyone's talking about how tense this movie is, and you think they're talking about the bridge scene, but what they're not talking about is the scene where two guys are fucking so hard that you're worried that they'll shake the truck and it'll set off dynamite.
That they'll shake the bridge because they're fucking wall on the bridge. Little did you know.
Sorry,
you know
Mom.
they were in fact fucking. Sorry, James's mom. Shit. It's fine.
That one got you. You got taken out of it there for a little bit.
It's a good bit. Good bit. I need you to finish Gardens of the Moon so you can read about the Toxic Yowie brothers in
Okay.
Hellgates. Fuck, just message me. Don't message me!
So they're moving the dynamite. They load up the truck with the dynamite, and now they got to move it to the drill site.
And it's incredibly precarious.
It sucks ass. It's raining the whole ass time, which was stressing me out. Like it's.
I was so nervous on just the first fucking shitty bridge.
Yes. I love that part too, because like that's Cassim and the French guy, and like
hate each
the
other.
French guy's like, "You're gonna drive." Cassim's like, "No, I'm fucking not." He's like, "You're gonna drive." That shit killed me. He's like, "No, no," and then like that bridge sucked ass. Oh my god, that bridge sucked. I think that's when I texted you about SnowRunner, hit video game SnowRunner.
That makes sense.
I was like, this game's just SnowRunner.
Where's the winch button?
They do use the winch.
They don't have a button though.
They have a button in the truck, probably.
Probably. It's not a Y key.
It's not. I mean, I'm using a controller, so I wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah, but you fucking would, you coward.
I'm an adult man.
I
use a
also
controller for driving games.
I'm also using a controller for a driving game.
Well, why are we lying?
I love that part. I think it's great. I love it when my two boyfriends fight.
It's good. It's so funny.
It's so
well, so they fuck around that one bridge. They keep going. You know, and like at this point, our ability to summarize breaks down because a lot of this movie is now just a truck in the jungle.
Yeah.
And like how much that sucks. Like one thing I kept thinking about watching this movie is just like how expensive it must have been. Because like filming in the jungle is already hard, but like that bridge that they go across, right? Like if you are the guy who builds that bridge for the movie, you have to build a bridge that will break consistently, but also won't fall apart and kill everyone in the production. Like you have to do all this stuff. Like that's so much work and effort. And the budget was
$22 million.
22 million, which I have adjusted for inflation here, but I will say right now, yeah, I already did it. I will say adjusting money like this in this sort of context, yeah, doesn't quite work out right. Like it doesn't. The better way to have context for how expensive this movie would be like look at movies that came out the same year and what they cost. That all aside, it's like $114 million to make this movie now. According to like just a rough inflation calculation.
I wouldn't do that personally. I don't have that kind of money.
You know what I'm thinking?
What?
That's a lot less than I'd expect. Like that's a
really?
lot. I'd expect more. Yeah. I don't know. It's like the jungle filming alone. Like what a pain in the ass. You gotta pay
100%.
crew constantly, and you have to keep these trucks running and like. Oh my god. Like, I can't imagine. Filming in the jungle is already so hard. because it doesn't film well, and like sometimes the weather fucks you over, like it's such a pain. And like filming on the water is such a pain. And filming on a rickety ass bridge you have to build in the rain, in the weather, in the jungle with a stinking truck must be a nightmare. Like I can't
imagine it's a good time.
No, I'd be so happy to not be working on this movie.
Yes, I would be overjoyed to never work on this movie. I would do
anything else probably, especially because the tragedy of Sorcerer is it costs all the money in the world.
It bombed!
And it bombed because you know what? It came out the same week as Star Wars. Fuck you. You weren't ever gonna win.
Yeah, it was fucked from the beginning. It was fucked from the beginning.
You never had a chance. I'm sorry, go home.
Which, more power to him,
How much did Star Wars cost? How much does Star Wars cost?
Probably less. Probably a lot less.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, I wonder how much. Yeah, 11 million. I'm gonna say Sorcerer probably looks better. I think Sorcerer.
I think it does. As an adult, I have opinions on those movies.
I have also opinion on Star Wars, although my opinion on that first Star Wars is it's a perfect movie.
Yeah, it is. It is. The other ones, I'm like, eh.
Yeah, I'm much more mixed on them now. But at first, The New Hope is like, it's peak. Sorry to say.
I was a big Star Wars kid. Not really anymore at all.
I was huge on Star Wars. We don't have time for that because we're talking about Sorcerer.
Yeah, even in its movie review, Star Wars comes out.
I mean, really, right?
How upsetting!
Oh, what a poor movie.
In this whole fucking part of the movie, there are two core things. I guess three really core things that go on. First, the fucked up bridge.
That fucked up bridge, dude. It's this long rope bridge across this massive river, and they move these massive trucks that, again, cannot move too much because if they shake or rattle too much, the dynamite will explode, killing them all. So they have to get across this rickety ass bridge in a storm, and one guy has to be in front of the truck to like guide it. And so like the first time you see this, it goes as well as it can. The second time is a nightmare from hell.
Yeah.
Where Casima's almost ran over by that damn truck, and I was losing my mind. I was so scared. I was so uncomfortable.
Yeah, what if media was actually evil and made me upset and angry? That's how I felt watching that.
I do love the French movie. Like, I cannot see you, Kasim. Where are you? He's like slowly almost running him over. I'm like, dude, you have to stop. And then the branch comes out of nowhere, like this big ass tree.
Oh, the branch!
Oh my god. This is another one of those sequences where I'm just like, I can't imagine how you filmed this. Like, I just cannot fathom this. And then after this horrifying sequence that goes on so long. So long, in the best way it could. The tree. The big ass tree that's in their way. They're blocked off. They can't do anything. And all I can imagine is how you gotta cut down that tree and then you have to blow it up for real in the jungle.
Yes.
Like, you have to do that because it's 1977. Like,
yes. Underrated part of that section is where they're just losing their fucking minds.
They're just, it's so good. It's
kind of the best.
Scrolling around this Wikipedia page, there's a multi-paragraph section just called On-Set Conflicts and Problems. Which I will be reading that one later.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a great time reading about this fucking movie. It's one of the things I wanted to do, but I just couldn't find time today. And I definitely didn't have time yesterday. Well.
It's pretty real.
But they blow up the big ass tree that's in their way after a lot of, woeing and sorrow.
Yeah.
I had a hiccup.
You got there.
I had a hiccup.
Yeah.
I'm a little hiccup boy.
They blow it up, and it's really cool because Kasim is just fucking locked in.
Dude, I
Absolutely
love his
locked in.
I love the I think it's the French guy who runs like hops behind the like tree and everything. Like, I love that little bit.
I love them all
Mm.
running away and just being real stressed out.
Okay, I know I said I was gonna read this later, but I glanced over and I saw the words 50 people and I had to read what it meant.
Okay.
Friedkin, the director, cited by Mucci, said that approximately 50 people had to leave the film either injury or gangrene, as well as food poisoning
Oh,
and malaria.
oh no!
In the Friedkin connection, he added that almost half the crew went into the hospital or had to be sent home. Friedkin himself lost 50 pounds and was stricken with malaria and diagnosed after the film's premiere.
Yeah, this film was good. I'm happy
Friedkin
it's.
took his camera crew to the jungle and never quite returned.
Whoa! Whoa! What a thing to fucking say! Oh god! Oh, Friedkin.
Oh, it's good. Good ass movie. Yeah, they
Bro
blow up the
died
damn
last
tree and
year.
everything's fine. Everything's good. They're driving and then oops, big rock blow up tire, blow up car.
Oh no!
Kasim and the Frenchman are dead right as they're bonding too. Like they're like he's like telling him about his wife and everything, and
His
like
fucking dumbass watch.
his
explodes.
dumbass watch that he just explodes.
And the other two are like immediately accosted by bandits.
It's so good. Yeah. It's like guerrilla rebels. And then fuck, I lost my train of thought.
Oh.
It's gone. I don't know. It's an okay movie, I guess.
Yeah, pretty dog shit. There's what you fucking call it? I'm trying to remember the exact shot, but it's when they're in. I think it's when the car is breaking down. They're in the desert, and it's like this painted pale purple, and it just gives me this fucking like nightmarish feel that I think is perfect for that scene.
Yeah, it's going through like it's with all the weird rock formations and stuff.
Yes,
all the eroded rock formations.
All
Which
I
apparently
crave.
is in New Mexico. Yeah.
Ooh, that makes sense.
It's the Bisti/Dinazine Wilderness,
Cool.
located in San Juan County in the United States, U.S., New Mexico.
We gotta check out New Mexico at some point.
It's probably fine, but there's a lot of sand.
Better than your dog shit state.
Why do we gotta say words that hurt? and yeah, they're assaulted by gorillas, gorilla fighters. Nilo dies. I mean, he was dying. Like, no, this is when he's shot and he starts to become dying. And then, the hallucinatory scene that you're talking about where our sweet boy Jackie is having the worst day of his life.
Terrible.
But he makes it. He makes it to the pump site.
Yes.
And you feel victorious. Like, everything's gonna be okay, right? Like, that's how you felt?
Yeah. Yeah, I certainly did.
You didn't feel hollow, as if, like, the whole thing may have been a waste of time, just like something to do to increase the capital of people who, like, will never benefit you or society?
I more felt that he managed to just live and gets to be a person again, and I felt emotions around that.
Yeah.
And then the overwhelming devastation of seeing that he was just about to be killed. I was like, what's the point of anything we do in life? You know?
Yeah, so he gets back to the town that he was in. He's all washed up. The company's been taking care of him, saying like, hey, we got shit, because he gets all 4 cuts, right? He gets all of the money. And they're saying that he might even get a job at the Capitol with like the company and everything and management or whatever. And it's nice. He sees the serving woman who has been like throughout the movie as a presence, you know. Yeah. And he asks her to dance, and they dance, and the camera zooms out, and it's beautiful, and you feel good.
It just really gets me,
you see the guy from the beginning who told him to leave, that he wouldn't know where he was going, along with one of the other guys, walk in, and you hear a gunshot, and then the movie's over.
It really gets to me. Like, it really just, it hits something in me that makes me feel hopeless
Yes, I think that is a fair reaction.
And I think it's what makes this movie as good as it is that it's both a technical marvel and it is also just testament to, maybe there truly is no point to life and we exist to suffer.
Sometimes it's like that,
Sometimes you just gotta deal.
Sometimes you just gotta get that truck over the bridge, no matter how hard it is, and no matter how hard everything tries to kill you for it.
No matter how hard your penis is, sometimes you just gotta deal.
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, James's mom. Sorry, my friends who are listening to this.
Your friends are listening now?
Hopefully.
That's fucked. Ren's friends! Be meaner to him!
They are.
Good. That's good.
No one's nice to me.
That's good. That's what you deserve.
Fuck you! Whatever. Fucking look for us online at Blue Sky or some shit, I guess.
Emails at bogfrogbookpod@gmail.com. We actually got a lovely email, which we will be talking about either on the Oops All Movies episode or our first regular movie.
It was very nice.
Of the year.
Thank you for that email.
Yes, thank you for that email. It was great. I can't wait to talk about it a bit more on the actual show. But please email us at bogfrogbookpod@gmail.com. Follow us on Blue Sky. Check out our other show covered in worms. You can find us on Tumblr or wherever podcasts are found. Is our Worm Reread podcast, and I highly recommend it. I think it's good. We just put out a Q&A episode, actually, which will answer some questions about us as humans, as well as goofy answers about worm stuff, if you care about that.
It's a great episode. That's one of the only ones I've listened to.
You suck.
Why the fuck would I listen to my own podcast?
Yeah, I mean, maybe you suck more for listening to any episode than not listening at all.
Fucking whatever.
Who's to say?
I can't win.
You can't. That's how it goes, baby. That's the end of the show. Goodbye.
Bye.